Well, keep your hands on the wheel and the eyes on the road. Troopers are warning drivers to stay safe on the road during the upcoming 100 deadliest days. A Montana Highway Patrol trooper is coming home today. His fellow troopers are planning a big welcome back. Soon, you may be able to tell if your child has an ear infection by just using your phone. UW researchers want to make sure their new smartphone app is available across the world. "5 a.m. now on our Wednesday morning. Welcome to KREM 2 Morning News. I'm Jen York.
And I'm Evan Nurani.
Also coming up, 5 out of 6 children will have at least one ear infection by their 3rd birthday, and that is according to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. So a group of University of Washington researchers are trying to make them easier to detect using an app.
So coming up later in the show, KREM 2's Kira Alfallen will walk us through the app and let us know why it may be a game changer.
It can be hard, especially for little ones who can't describe what they're feeling.
Yeah, right? It's always the tough part of, you hear the crying, but you don't really know what the symptom of it is.
Are they wet?
Yeah, exactly, right? You check all the bases,
Yeah.
You think you have everything covered, and then, the doctor lets you know the truth, right? So far, though, before we get to all of that, we'll be headed over to the wall to talk about what's in store for the rest of the day, right?
That's right.
So right now, we're seeing just kind of the calm period. Today, tomorrow, partly cloudy skies. Friday is going to be the pretty big day weather-wise, okay? So we'll go over and we'll see what's in store for today. And as I said, it's pretty calm. You can already see if we take a look out toward downtown where things are nice outside. What we're talking about, though, is this low-pressure system that's way off toward the Dakotas. And what that's doing is feeding in a little bit of moisture all the way across Montana and now into Idaho and Washington. So we can already see the effects of this enormous low pressure system pushing across Montana and then bringing us a little bit of wet weather as well. Right now, it's nothing too significant. We're just seeing a few residual showers, especially as we move through the central and southern panhandle. Montana picking up on some of those as well. But right now, the majority of Washington is staying dry. If you see a sprinkle or two, it's not going to last for too long. It'll likely clear out by the time we get through the next couple hours as that easterly flow, where all of that weather is coming from the east, is going to switch to a westerly flow. We'll get back to that normal flow where we see a lot of the wet weather that we see coming from Seattle area and off the Pacific. Right now, current temperatures are mainly in the 50s. We've got 51 in Coeur d'Alene, 52 in Spokane, 57 in Moses Lake. And as we go on with the rest of the day, again, partly cloudy skies, afternoon highs in about the low 70s. We'll make it to the mid 70s tomorrow with another day of partly cloudy skies. And then the real wet weather comes through Friday. Now, Friday's not going to look really anything like what we saw last week. It won't be quite as significant, but we will see some wet weather come through, likely starting in the afternoon and evening hours with a few scattered thunderstorms along the way. We'll be talking about that in just a bit, but we will take a look at what we've got as far as traffic goes to start off the morning. So far, so good. Not many people on the roads at 502 right now, but if we see any backups along I-90 or 195, any of the area roadways, we will let you know as soon as we find out. I'll send things back to you, Jen.
Because we knew that train went around that curve at too fast of a speed. We could have closed it right then and there, but in fact we didn't. Because by doing a very thorough investigation, the NTSB, your staff, has identified failures up and down the line.
After almost a year and a half, we now have an official cause of the deadly Amtrak derailment in DuPont. The National Transportation Safety Board is putting the blame on Sound Transit. According to the National Transportation Safety Board, one probable cause was that the engineer had little training. Another cause was the lack of a safety system called positive train control. The system would have automatically slowed the train down. The engineer missed 2 railroad speed limit signs ahead of the curve. It warned him the train needed to slow down to 30 miles per hour. He was distracted by a safety device that had gone off in the cab. The device was designed to warn the engineer with noise and warning lights that he was going too fast. Meanwhile, the train was flying down the tracks at 82 miles an hour and quickly approached that curve.
The engineer had never experienced this alarm while operating the new Charger locomotive and did not immediately recognize what was being presented on the 2 screens.
With his attention focused inside the cab, he missed another 30-mile-per-hour sign. And with speeds going more than double the speed limit, experts say that is what caused the train to derail. In all, leaders with the NTSB racked up 53 findings in yesterday's hearing in Washington, D.C. A wounded Montana Highway Patrol trooper will return home today after he was shot on duty. Trooper Wade Palmer will be flown this afternoon from Salt Lake City to Missoula. A motorcade will escort him to his home. Doctors say he is ready to transition to his next phase of care. More than 2 months ago, Trooper Palmer was shot 3 times in the face, neck, and head while searching for a suspect. He went to the hospital in critical condition. The suspect was later taken into custody and has since pleaded not guilty to 4 charges. Authorities say Trooper Palmer was placed in a medically induced coma. He later regained consciousness and has been recovering ever since. Patrol leaders say he still has a long recovery ahead of him, and today Montana Highway Patrol is encouraging people to wear green in support of Trooper Palmer. 5:05 now. Central Washington University is honoring a fallen officer in Kittitas County. The university just established a scholarship fund in Officer Ryan Thompson's name. The school's Alumni Association teamed up with the campus police department to create that scholarship. Officer Thompson was a campus police officer from 2007 to 2013. Members of the Alumni Association say it was important to honor his memory. The scholarship fund will provide financial aid to students who are pursuing a career in law enforcement. Memorial Day marks the start of what is known as the 100 deadliest days. Statistically, that is the most dangerous time on the roads. Authorities say first responders see an increase in serious car crashes. Law enforcement will be on the lookout for dangerous driving habits like aggressive, distracted, or drunk driving.
People a lot of times think that, well, snowy or icy roads tend to cause more crashes and those kinds of things. Actually, all of the data and all of the statistics show that our most dangerous times on the road is during that summertime between Memorial Day and Labor Day. And I think a lot of the reasoning is because the sun's out, we're enjoying life, things are going well, and maybe we're not quite as focused on our drive.
Last year, more than 100 people were killed in crashes on Idaho's roadways during the 100 deadliest days. Coming up on 5:07 now, the summer travel season is just about to get underway. The Port of Seattle, though, is worried long lines at the airport could get worse. This comes as lawmakers in Washington, D.C. are weighing in on a potential plan to send TSA agents to the U.S.-Mexico border. That hearing included a representative from the Port of Seattle. He says long lines create a customer service and safety issue for the airport. He added losing any TSA agents to the border could compound an issue they already face, and that's retention rates.
Less focus, fewer eyes on the job that needs to be done. It could, yeah, make you a little more uncomfortable.
Lawmakers clashed on the use of TSA agents at the border. Some conservative lawmakers say the need for agents speaks to the scale of the issue. Meanwhile, Democratic leaders accused Republicans of manufacturing the crisis. Memorial Day weekend is coming up, and 43 million people are expected to travel. Many will travel across the country as well as internationally. We want you to weigh in this morning. How far are you going for Memorial Day weekend? Are you staying on the West Coast? Maybe you're going to the Midwest, the Southeast, or maybe you're heading international. Go to KREM.com/vote and click on the Vote Now tab on the KREM 2 mobile app. Orlando, New York City, and Las Vegas are the top 3 destinations for this weekend. Seattle also made the list of the top 10 destinations. And it doesn't stop with domestic travel. Again, AAA reports Europe is a popular destination for international vacation spots. Rome, London, Dublin, and Paris are the most popular spots. And taking a look at our poll this morning, how far are you traveling for Memorial Day weekend? No one weighing in quite yet. Also, home should be an option, right? That's what I'm doing. All right, coming up on 5:09 now. University of Washington researchers have come up with a smartphone app that can detect ear infections in young children. KREM 2's Kiara Alfallen is joining us in studio this morning to tell us more about how the phone app actually works. Good morning, Kiara.
Yes, good morning. Well, it's actually pretty simple the way that it works. All you have to do is download the app once it becomes FDA approved and available to the public. And once you do that, the smartphone app, you can create this paper cone that they give you instructions to create. You attach it to the end of your phone, and then that will detect whether or not there is liquid in your child's ear. So Justin Chan, a PhD student at UW studying computer science, and a team of about 3 other people started with this idea about a year ago. The app is able to detect fluid behind or build up behind a child's eardrum with sound technology. According to Chan, you attach the paper cone to the base of your phone and stick the cone in your child's ear. The app then lets off different chirping sounds, which are then able to detect whether or not fluid buildup is there.
Ear infection is the leading cause of pediatric healthcare visits today, and this often occurs because of middle ear fluid that occurs behind the eardrum, and fluid actually shows up in about 80% of children at some point. This can lead to symptoms like hearing loss and developmental delay, and we wanted to design a technology that could be accessible to a large audience and also be as accurate as specialist tools.
Chan says the process is much like tapping a wine glass. You will hear different sounds depending on how full the liquid or how full the glass is and how much liquid is inside. Right now the team is continuing with clinical testing, and they hope to have this app approved by the FDA by the end of this year so it can be used around the globe. So they also have started a company called Idaho Health and are trying to partner with doctors in developing countries to make sure everyone who needs it will get access to this app. So it's pretty cool what they're doing. They hope to get this FDA approved, and of course it's kind of a long process, so they hope to have this in the hands of people everywhere by the end of this year. So no longer doing doctor visits if you suspect that your child might have an ear infection.
Especially if your child is prone to ear infections. It's something that's common. This will probably help parents out a lot.
Exactly, and of course it's good to still follow up with the doctor. You'll still need to go in, but at least this is something that you can do at home now before you go in for that initial visit.
Gives you an indicator of what's wrong.
Exactly.
When you're going through a list of things that could possibly be wrong. All right, Kira, thank you so much. 5:11 now. Well, the Spokane Fair grows every year. This morning, we are taking a look back on its first big economic boom. And a large asteroid is set to pass by Earth this weekend. NASA leaders say there is something extra special about it.
And we could be seeing a few thunderstorms as we head towards your Memorial Day weekend. We'll be talking about when to expect them after the break.